It's morphin' time!
Pterodactyl! Hi there, this is Doctor with Rangers of Wrestling bringing your AEW Rampage review. Alright, so AEW Rampage kicked off with the tag team title match. It was the Lucha Brothers versus Butcher and the Blade, and I have to say, this is a great way to open up Rampage. I absolutely really like this match. And I'm so glad the Lucha Brothers retained. Of course, at the end of the match, there was a post-match attack on the Lucha Brothers. It was by the Hardy family, I mean. And then Santana and Ortiz come out to save them. The one thing I am going to say is that I'm disappointed we're not getting the Lucha Brothers versus Santana and Ortiz. I thought that's what we were going to get at the New York Ash show, especially because Santana and Ortiz are from New York, but I guess that's not happening. So I'm quite disappointed about that, unfortunately. After that, we had the Bunny versus Anna Jay. This match was okay. Really wasn't a match I was looking forward to, but Anna Jay did pick up the win, and she was assaulted by both the Bunny and Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford hitting both Anna Jay and Ty Conti with the brass knuckles. You get a Matt Hardy segment, and he said he was pissed, and he brings in a fan who says it was an Orange Cassidy lookalike. And him and Jack Evans start to cut his hair. And then Orange Cassidy comes out to save the fan. And that was pretty much the end of that segment. After we got Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D., and a Ruby Soho segment. I have to say, I really like this segment. The segment made me so excited for their match next week. Of course, Britt saying that she doesn't need to tell him who she is, that fans know who she is. Ruby saying that, of course, the fans know who Britt Baker is because she reminds them every single week. And says that Britt is like every bot that she's ever faced, and she sleeps with the guy in the back. Ouch, about that one. I felt that through my TV screen. And then Britt says that Ruby didn't run away. She got fired. And Ruby says that, yeah, that's true, but that getting fired was the best thing that ever happened to her. And she says she doesn't know how Britt can see with Tony, where her head's so far up Tony Khan's ass. And of course, Britt Baker attempts a cheap shot and misses. So really excited for their match next week. I cannot wait. I'm pretty sure Ruby Soho is losing, but I know after this promo, I don't even care. Like, I'm excited for that match. I really am. What about you guys? Are you guys excited? Because I know I am. Then, of course, in the main event, we had Miro versus Fuego De Sol. And if Fuego De Sol lost, he would lose his car. That's why you don't wager stuff. I think this is an okay match. Of course, Miro dominated and was victorious. And poor Fuego De Sol lost. Not only did he lose a match, but he lost his car. That's why you don't wager your phone, your car, or your house. You could have wagered anything else. But he did not. And he ended up losing his car. I have to say, if I had to pick a favorite match from the night, it would be the tag team title match. That was my favorite match. And Penta taking off his mask to secure the victory for them. That's why I picked that. But going back to the main event. So after the match was over, Sammy Guevara comes out and he basically challenges Miro. I'm not entirely sure how it went down. We did get rocked with an earthquake here in Cali. It was a 4.4 earthquake. So it wasn't that strong, but I felt it. But neither did this. It was probably just Rita Repulsa escaping from her dumpster, like always. I don't know who's a wise guy that let her out. But yes, California was rocked. But other than that, we're okay. And so that pretty much marks the end of tonight's episode of Rampage. On a scale of 1 to 5, I give it a 3. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 6 out of 10. Just because that women's match really didn't do much for me, you know? I mean, yeah, that's the only reason why. All right. So that being said, we're going to do the Smackdown review, and I got to change my banner. So what did you guys like better tonight? Did you guys like Dynamite tonight better, or did you guys like Rampage better? I want to hear what you guys think. Let's see. Here we go. Fancy, huh? All right, so SmackDown opened up with a Bloodline segment, and basically Roman told Heyman to tell people why they acknowledge him. And Heyman says that everybody fears Roman Reigns, that he's never seen fear in Brock Lesnar's eyes, and then Big E and Finn Balor interrupt. I honestly think Heyman knows a lot more than he says when it comes to Brock Lesnar, so I'm pretty excited to see where that goes. Okay, and then afterwards, it was a tag match. Holla! It was Biggie and Finn Balor versus the Usos. Well, this was a good match, but they said it was a championship contenders match. Why was it a championship contenders match? I don't know. It's beyond me. Like, I have no idea why. One thing was that Biggie did get super kick, and of course, the winner was Biggie and Balor. So then backstage, Roman questions Heyman and says that he told him to pretend that he knows something. And once again, Heyman reiterates that Lesnar feels Roman. So again, I'm kind of excited to see where this all plays out. Is Heyman really working for Lesnar? Is he really on Roman's side? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Heyman that knows more than he says, or does he really not know anything? I guess we gotta wait and find out where this plays out. After that, we have Robert Roode versus Rick Boogz. Pretty much Ziggler attempts to distract Rick Boogz to allow Robert Roode to take control of the match. This backfires, and eventually Rick Boogz picks up the win. And then Commander Z and Apollo Crews come out and attack Nakamura, with Apollo Crews wanting a rematch. I don't know how many times we've seen some form of this match, but we've seen this match before. Robert Roode getting squashed, and I don't know how many minutes this match was, but this was a pretty short match, and I apologize for my dogs barking. But, alright, so then after that, Biggie gets attacked backstage by the Usos, and then we get a Kevin Owens. He's just coming out to the ring, and Baron Corbin attacks him from behind, basically beats him down. I don't know if he was supposed to have a match, or if he was supposed to be having the set. I don't know. This Baron Corbin attacks Kevin Owens from behind. Then we had a Seth Rollins segment. Basically says it was unfortunate that someone should have helped Big E, alluding to the backstage beatdown that Big E suffered at the hands of the Usos. And he said whatever happened to Edge was scary, and that he doesn't know how to describe that feeling. And basically asked, "What do you think was going to happen?" You know. And he says that this was the greatest win of his career. And he also says that Edge knew of the consequences and blames the fans for everything that happened to Edge. And then he stares into the camera and asks if Edge is capable of getting back inside the ring. And that he can't move on until he knows that he's finished Edge. And that was the end of that segment. Then we got Zelina Vega and Carmella versus Toni Storm and Liv Morgan. This match didn't do anything for me. I think we were supposed to originally get this match last week, but for whatever reason, it was cut. It was skipped because I think Edge versus Seth Rollins went overtime. Liv Morgan and Toni Storm getting the win via countout because I believe Carmella got hit in the nose and she panicked and walked away. And we're going to get Liv Morgan versus Carmella at Extreme Rules. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, this match really didn't do anything for me. This was probably the weakest match of the night, honestly. All right, so then we got a Finn Balor segment. And he said that unlike Roman, he wasn't born into a wrestling family, and he had to scratch and claw his way to them. And that the demon is a representation of everybody who told him no, and that a fire burns inside of him. I actually really thought this was a cool segment, especially that at the end where he does turn into the Demon King. So I actually can't wait for Demon King versus Roman Reigns. Hopefully, the Demon King thing doesn't fall flat, because it's fallen flat before. So let's hope it's, like I said, doesn't fall flat. And then after that, we got Dominic Mysterio versus Sami Zayn in a rematch. Of course, Sami Zayn is victorious and Dominic takes the L. So I guess you can say this was the main event of SmackDown tonight. This is the final match. After this, we get Bianca's homecoming. They were in Knoxville, Tennessee. And guess who came out? Kane, or should I say Mary Glenn Jacobs came out and gave Bianca BelAir the key to the city. It's interesting. I did not expect Kane or Glenn Jacobs to come out. I really didn't. And then Becky Lynch interrupts, of course. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally think she looked like a 90s pop star in that attire that she was wearing. What about you guys? Did you guys think that? 'Cause I thought that. And then, of course, Becky asked Bianca to shake her hand, and Bianca does. And, of course, Becky tries to one-up Bianca and attack her. Bianca tries to do the KOD. It doesn't work. And Becky manhandles Bianca, basically closing SmackDown. Oh, and then Naomi got fined, apparently. I think she disrespected Sonya. But for that, I thought SmackDown was good. I also give it a 3 out of 5, just for that women's match, unfortunately. And I give it a 6 out of 10 as well, again, for the women's match. But overall, I like both shows tonight. I thought they were both pretty decent. I'm excited for next week, mostly on the AEW side. I don't know if they're going to go with SmackDown next week. But, all right. What do you guys, what show did you guys like better tonight? Did you guys like SmackDown tonight? Did you guys like Rampage? What was your favorite match segment of the night? I'm curious. I want to hear your comments. And with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live. And I might see you guys tomorrow for Impact's Victory Road. If not here, probably on Montana's channel. So, bye.